My wife, Chloe, and we bought an old farmhouse deep in Louisiana's Atchafalaya Basin. The price was unbelievably cheap, and the previous owner, a gaunt old man with eyes that always seemed to be looking at something far away. He said only one thing when we signed the papers: respect the water. At the time, we just thought it was local advice for living near a swamp. We were wrong. The first few nights, they were peaceful. The chirping of insects, the chorus of frogs from the bayou behind the house. But then, Chloe started hearing it. A song, a sad, mournful melody, as if rising from beneath the murky water. At first, I thought she was imagining it, or that it was just the wind whistling through the old cypress trees. But Chloe, she insisted. She said it was a woman's voice humming a wordless lullaby. One afternoon, while cleaning out the old shed behind the farmhouse, I found a rotten wooden chest. Inside, among scraps of fabric and rusted objects, was a faded leather-bound diary and a small silver necklace, its pendant a delicately carved lily, tarnished black with time. The diary, it belonged to a woman named Evangeline Dubois, who lived on this farm in the late 19th century. Its pages told of her love for a man named Jean-Luc, a poor fisherman. Evangeline's family, wealthy and proud, vehemently disapproved. They forced her into an engagement with an elderly, cruel plantation owner. The last page of the diary was written hastily, the handwriting shaky. Jean-Luc is promising to take me away. Tonight, under the moonlight, we will escape on his boat. If they catch us, I dare not think. Merciful Mother Mary, protect us. There were no more entries. Just then, Chloe ran in, her face pale. "Liam," she said, "I heard the singing again, clearer this time, and I saw something by the pier." We ran to the rickety wooden pier that jutted out into the bayou. In the fading twilight, the water's surface was still as glass. But when Chloe pointed, I held my breath. Vaguely, beneath the water, near the decaying wooden pilings, was the shape of what looked like a small sunken boat, covered in algae. And beside it, something pale white, hovering. I didn't dare look closely, but Chloe whispered, her voice trembling, "It's a dress, a white dress." The singing, it seemed to grow more sorrowful, closer, and for the first time, I heard it too. It wasn't imagination, it was real. Chillingly real. That night, we couldn't sleep. Chloe found an old online article about a local legend. It told of a young woman who tried to elope with her lover on the bayou, but was pursued by her family. Their boat capsized during the chase. The young man escaped, but the girl and her meager dowry sank to the bottom, never to be found. They say her spirit remains, singing her unfinished song, seeking release, or perhaps a form of repayment to those who listen. A few days later, Mr. Silas, an elderly neighbor, the only one living close to us, stopped by. He seemed friendly, but his beady eyes, they always lingered on Chloe in a strange way. He asked if we'd experienced anything unusual. When we hesitated, he chuckled. "Just let her sing," he said. "Don't disturb her." The next morning, Chloe found the lily necklace, which I had put in a drawer, lying neatly on her pillow. Beside it was a freshly picked water lily, as if plucked straight from the bayou. A gift or a reminder? That evening, a storm hit. Thunder and lightning tore across the sky. We heard a blood-curdling scream from Mr. Silas's house. When the storm briefly subsided, the police arrived. They found Mr. Silas dead in his home, apparently from a stroke. But there was an odd detail. His hand tightly clutched a piece of white lace, identical to the fabric of old wedding gowns. And all over his floor were small, wet footprints, like those of a barefoot woman who had walked up from the bayou. It was said that Mr. Silas's family were descendants of the clan that had caused the deaths of Evangeline and Jean-Luc. He knew about Evangeline's spirit, but instead of helping, he treated it as a feature of the land, even harboring ill intentions towards Chloe, whom he found bore a resemblance to Evangeline. Evangeline's spirit perhaps had repaid Chloe's presence by protecting her and punished the one with dark intentions. We decided we had to do something. With the help of a few kind locals who believed our story, we managed to raise the small boat from the bayou floor. Inside, amidst the mud, was a small human skeleton, still wearing a necklace identical to the one we'd found. Only this one was gold. It was Evangeline. We gave her a proper burial in the small town churchyard, next to an unmarked grave believed to be Jean-Luc's. It was said he returned for her and died of grief. From that night on, the singing from the bayou ceased. Our farmhouse became peaceful, but sometimes, on full moon nights, when the wind blows through the cypress trees, Chloe and I, we still feel like we hear a distant melody, no longer mournful, but gentle, serene, like a thank you, a final repayment. We learn to respect the water and the spirits it holds, because sometimes the past isn't really dead. It's just waiting to be heard.